want to share why Creative Rootz exists. So when I was young, I had this simple wish that people wouldn't have to go through life feeling alone, unloved or unwanted. I imagined a place where people could come together, share their skills, share food, rest and feel human again. As a child, I experienced things that no child should have to go through. There was a lot of pain and confusion and a deep sense that something in the world wasn't right. And I didn't understand why people hurt people. I carried a quiet knowing that there had to be another way for us to live, with ourselves and with each other and with the world around us. As I grew older, that knowing matured. I became interested not only in inner healing, but in how I live each day and how we organise our lives, our communities and our relationship with one another, with our space. And over the years, I've studied psychology, I trained as a therapist, and eventually became a minister and a doula so I could support others. I didn't want to be a minister who told people what to believe or how to live. That's not my way. My ministry isn't about systems or hierarchy or righteousness. It's about birthing a new way of being, one rooted in presence, compassion, and relationship with, rather than fear-based. A way of living that allows us to soften, to reconnect, and remember our potential as human beings, and find a truer way of being with one another. Creative Rootz has grown out of this way of living. It isn't a program or a belief system. Creative Rootz is a space and a place with many practices for people who feel disconnected from themselves, from community, from land, for people who are looking for something more grounded and more honest, more real, more humane. At its heart, Creative Rootz is about rooting again in ourselves, in shared care, in the natural world. It's about land-based living, shared skills, creative expression, grief literacy, rest and presence. It's about living slowly enough to feel what's true. And I'm physically building this space here on the land, growing food, shaping shelters, and creating simple spaces where people can come, rest, learn, and reconnect. It's unfolding much more slowly than I imagined, but it is real and it is happening. And recently I realised something important. This work doesn't have to wait for the buildings to be complete. What we're doing here, online, through readings, through offerings, through reflections, through writing, through art, through prayer, through presence, and just living with the land, it's already Creative Rootz. This channel is a virtual sanctuary, a place to sit, to listen and remember. To remember and reconnect to yourself, and to not be alone with what you carry. While the physical land-based sanctuary continues to grow, there's nothing you need to do here. There's nothing you need to fix. You don't have to agree with anything or become anything. And you can participate, or you can just sit and offer your presence. It still matters. If this way of being, this living slowly, being more rooted and more compassionate resonates with you, subscribing's one way to stay connected as it continues to unfold. And whether you subscribe or not, you're still welcome here. Thank you for being part of this space. Namaste. Much love.